Maybe it's just personal preference, but I'm just drawn to what many people consider to be boring. And fact of the matter is, when it comes to your money, when it comes to personal finance, when it comes to saving, when it comes to investing, when it comes to anything, boring oftentimes is better. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about the spot price of silver creeping down to the $25 range and why I go about stacking silver from the perspective of somewhat of a contrarian. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. We're going to hit 2,000 subscribers today, so I'd really appreciate your help. And of course, if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today, I wanted to talk a little bit about silver, and I want to talk about how things have changed quite a bit over the last couple of years. And no, I'm not necessarily talking about the spot price. I'm not talking about the premiums. Those are pretty obvious. I'm going to talk about different people's perceptions of different coins, rounds, and bars, and why I try to take more of a contrarian approach. Now, first things first, I did want to briefly talk about the spot price very quick, because in yesterday's video, which was posted on Sunday, the weekend when the market was closed, spot price was pretty much locked in place in the $26 range. And I said in that video that this is probably going to be a pretty boring week. It's probably going to be a week of relatively no activity, not a whole lot of mobility, not a whole lot of movement. It's probably going to be a standstill week. And not even just for silver. I feel the same way about gold, not just the precious metals. I feel the same way about the stock market. It's probably going to be a pretty flatline week. I could be wrong, but I said in yesterday's video, with silver in the $26 range, it wouldn't surprise me if it creeps down to 25, 24, or if it climbs up to 27, 28. That's not a whole lot of movement. That's not silver on the move or on the rise or coming crashing down or anything like that. But here we are, less than 24 hours later, and the spot price of silver, as I'm recording the video, is $25.70. Who knows what it's going to be by the time I'm editing, by the time I'm posting, or by the time you're watching. Speaking of which, please head on down to the comments and drop a comment telling me what's the current spot price as you're watching the video, and also if you want to include the date and time to help things stay a little bit organized, that'd be pretty interesting. So head on down and let me know. And for those of you wondering about gold is down ever so slightly as well. It's only down about $4 or so. It's down to $1,740.60. So both precious metals are down barely. Technically, they're in the red, but they're still pretty stagnant as far as I'm concerned. Now, away from the spot price of the silver and the gold, I want to talk about contrarian stacking or contrarian investing, because very similar can be said for certain people's approach when it comes to investing in the stock market as well. Now, basically, the focal point is to identify where the hype is, where the long lines, where all the excitement, where everybody's chit-chatting and everybody's talking about this one particular area, whether it be a very specific stock, or whether it be a very specific sector, or whether it be a very specific coin, round, or bar, and you identify where all of this hype and excitement is, and you go out of your way to stack or invest in where the least amount of attention is. This is something that I've been doing since the very beginning. I've been stacking for about 3 years and 3-ish months, somewhere around there. December of 2017, and from the very beginning I started with just simple generic silver rounds. I never knew what I was going to get. Just get random designs. It was the lowest premium type of silver rounds I can get my hands on. Never knew what I was going to get. It was always a surprise. It was fun for me, but it's just basic generic secondary market pieces of silver. Nothing special, nothing too exciting. Couple months down the road, I like to say that I graduated onto Silver Eagles. And I spent the rest of 2018 primarily focusing on Silver Eagles and, of course, some Silver Maple Leafs. I spent pretty much all of 2019 prioritizing American Silver Eagles, Canadian Silver Maple Leafs, some 90% silver. And I remember For those couple of years, I would get so many comments from so many people asking me,
why do you stack those coins? Why is that the type of silver you want to stack? How dare you make your own decisions? You should stack what I'm stacking.
And oftentimes, the coins, the rounds, the bars that these people were stacking were slightly or significantly higher premium coins, rounds, and bars with that collectability, that numismatic value, or some other type of value attached to the coin, the round, or the bar. Where, as for me, I was just pretty much trying my best to get as much physical silver content in my possession, regardless of what it was, although I would prefer for the silver to be recognizable silver, which is why I switched on over from rounds to government minted coins. And not just government minted coins, but some of the most recognizable, popular, and desired and trusted coins, rounds, and bars on the planet. Eagles, maples, sunshine bars, 90%, buffalo rounds. That was my priority. And still, to this day, 3 months into 2021, my stack is still primarily made up of those pieces of silver right there. The silver eagles, maple leafs, sunshine bars, 90%, and buffalo rounds. I have more of those than anything else. Of course, I have other stuff. I mean, you could see on the screen right here, I got the Silver Kraken, I got the Aztec calendar, I got other miscellaneous coins, rounds, bars, queens, beats. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I have gold as well. But the point I'm trying to make is that during my first, I would say maybe 2 to 2.5 years of stacking, the Silver Eagles were considered pretty boring. Of course they were the number one most recognizable, desired, trusted, and sought after 1 troy ounce pure silver coin that exists. But that was before everything came crashing down around this time last year, March of 2020, when the premiums on silver in general went way up and the premiums on American Silver Eagles went way, 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 way up. And at that point, when the Silver Eagle was put in the spotlight, silver in general was put in the spotlight, but the Silver Eagle was the star of the show. Look what happened to the premiums on the Silver Eagles. Here we are a year later, and that's still the case. I'm not surprised by this, by the way. I'm frustrated, but I'm not surprised by it. You could pick up a generic silver round for close to $30, $31, $32 at your local coin shop, or even potentially online. I, however, am no longer getting any silver online. I'll continue to get gold online, but the silver that I get exclusively, or at least for the most part, from the local coin shop, unless I find a really good deal online. But unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of good deals online. But regardless, you can get a generic silver rounder bar for probably about $30 to $32 an ounce. And that goes for the 5-ounce bars, the 10-ounce bars, etc., as well. You could get a maple leaf, or a Philharmonic, or a Britannia for closer to $33 to $35, I would say. A little bit higher of a premium. That's because they're government minted coins. They're more recognizable, more trusted, more desired, more in demand than little generic silver rounds and bars. But what about the Silver Eagle? What about the beautiful American Silver Eagle coin? Them things have been going for about $40 right now. Spot price is only $25 and change. Why are Silver Eagles $40? In fact, when the spot price was a little bit higher, when we were at maybe $28 silver, Silver Eagles were going for like $45. Wild astronomical premiums. Again, frustrating, but not surprising. Ever since this happened, it's been 1 year since silver started making the news and started getting talked about and started getting a little bit more popular, and people started to stack for trendy purposes, not for wealth preservation purposes. It was just kind of the new thing to do in the realm of finance, at least. 1 year, 365 days. I have not picked up one silver eagle. I have not added any silver eagles to the stack in a year. Actually, about a year and a month. The last time I picked up silver before everything came crashing down was, I think, towards the end of February of 2020. But regardless, the silver eagles went completely through the roof. The level of hype and excitement and craziness regarding silver eagles were up in the sky, flying with the eagles. And ever since then, I took a step away from the silver eagles. And I guess you can say I got back to my roots. I went back towards generic silver rounds and bars, the Sunshine bars, the Silver Gold Bull bar. I don't have any Britannia bars or RCM bars, but those are definitely on the list of 10-ounce silver bars that I would like to acquire this year. Buffalo rounds, Sunshine rounds, or miscellaneous coins such as the Maple Leaf, the Philharmonic, the Britannia. Coins like that. And also, a whole lot of 90%. Because when all of the excitement went through the roof, like it did last year, the premiums on everything that were starting to gain traction went through the roof, but the premiums on 90%, for at least the first couple of months, remained pretty fair. I wasn't paying too much over spot on 90% junk constitutional silver. This was early to mid 2020, and then by the end of the summer, getting into the fall of 2020, that's when the premiums on 90% started to climb up as well. But before that happened, I had spent months getting close to nothing but 90% silver. Contrarian perspective. Not following the hype. Staying away from the hype. And many can say very similar, whether it comes to stacking or when it comes to investing. See, when it comes to money, currency, finance, silver and the gold, it's not the only thing that I involve myself in. I've been dabbling in the stock market for the last, I would say, about a year and a half. I don't take it all too seriously, but it's good to diversify. And what I've been doing for the last year and a half, or really more so for the last year, I've taken a more contrarian approach. While everyone's going after all the tech stocks and the growth stocks and whatnot, I've been dabbling with the dividend kings and dividend aristocrats. But that's just another example. Back to stacking. When it comes to the silver and the gold, I just happen to like stacking what happens to be boring. Because when it comes to the precious metals, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be anything wild. It doesn't have to be anything extreme or rare or anything with a high premium. That's the kind of stuff that I'm just personally not interested in. Now, maybe it's just stacking perspective versus collecting perspective. I'm really not a collector. I'm just not drawn to collectible pieces necessarily. Maybe it's just personal preference. But I'm just drawn to what many people consider to be boring. And fact of the matter is, when it comes to your money, when it comes to personal finance, when it comes to saving, when it comes to investing, when it comes to anything, building credit, doesn't matter. Boring oftentimes is better. Of course, going after fun coins, rounds, and bars is exciting. Of course, I've picked up a variety of random pieces with maybe a lower mintage as well. Of course it's fun to do sometimes. But the base of my stack is boring silver. Basic generic secondary market rounds and bars, silver eagles, before the hype and excitement surrounding silver eagles took place, maple leafs, and a whole lot of 90%. People throw the term contrarian investing around all the time. I've never heard of anybody say that they're somewhat of a contrarian stacker, but I guess you can say that's potentially what I am. I like stacking the coins, the rounds, and bars that no one else seems to be talking about. I don't like to get too caught up in the hype. I've noticed, and I've also dealt with this personal experience, if you allow yourself to get caught up in the hype, you're simultaneously allowing yourself to get distracted. You're simultaneously allowing yourself to lose focus, lose sight of what the ultimate goal is. And the ultimate goal for me, like I said, like I've been saying since the very first time I ever set foot in the local coin shop and had a conversation with the people who work there. I'm not after anything in particular. I'm just trying to get the physical silver content in my possession. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to continue hunting for good deals. I'm going to continue bouncing from site to site to site. Trust me, I have like 17 tabs open on my computer at all times. Half of those tabs are precious metal dealing websites. Constantly bouncing back and forth. APMEX, JM Bullion, SD Bullion, Provident Metals, Modern Coin Mart, Monument Metals, all of them. I'm always on the hunt for silver on sale. Because right now is not the time to be picky, in my opinion. Right now is not the time to turn your back on a piece of silver being offered to you for a low premium. I'm constantly hunting for deals. I'm not finding many deals. There's not a whole lot of deals to be found online right now, but like I always say, support your local coin shop. They're a small business. Small businesses need our support. Support small businesses, and your local coin shop happens to be a small business, so try your best to support them. Oftentimes you can get a better deal at the local coin shop anyway. And then when it comes to gold, very similar could be said as well. Of course, I've been working on the international troy ounces of gold. 10 different 10th ounce gold coins from 10 different countries. 4 different quarter ounce gold coins from 4 different countries. Of course, that's a fun little project I'm working on, but it's not the priority. The priority is just getting gold. And if I end up finding a really good deal on, let's just say, gold maple leafs, or gold Philharmonics, or gold Britannias, or gold Eagles, or anything, then you better believe I'm just going to start stacking those. Whatever I can do to break down the premiums right now, that's the mission. That's the goal, that's the objective. Break down the premiums to the best of my ability and stack as much physical silver and gold content as I possibly can for long-term wealth preservation purposes, to store value and to act as a hedge against inflation. That has been the goal since day one. That's been the goal since before day one. Back when I was watching as many videos as I could, trying to understand, how do I get started? What do I get? What should I get? What's best? What's not the best? What should my first piece of silver be? Even back then, I knew what the goal was for me. It was to save money for the long term, years down the road, decades down the road. And I hadn't lost sight of that. And I think the main contributing factor to me not losing sight of that was because I didn't allow myself to get caught up in the hype. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic, and whether you consider yourself to be somewhat of a contrarian when it comes to stacking the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shout-outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial-free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Or you can hit the subscribe button like a Karen hits another Karen. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel, for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,900, and I appreciate that. Let's see if we can hit 2,000 before the end of the day. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug. inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, once again, when it comes to the silver and the gold, do you consider yourself to be somewhat of a contrarian? Are you a contrarian stacker, a contrarian investor, even when it comes to stocks and whatnot? Do you find yourself getting caught up in the hype? Do you find yourself getting distracted by whatever is the most trendy thing to do, or trendy thing to stack, or trendy thing to invest in or buy into? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.